Minecraft Hardcore. Chances are you've seen your fair share of Minecraft Hardcore videos while scrolling on YouTube, whether or not you actually watch or even play Minecraft. From Let's Plays to the famous I survived Minecraft Hardcore for 100 days. But some dedicated players decided to take that to the next level. Hardcore speedrunning. With mobs being stronger and spawn more frequently, taking so much damage from every hit, skeletons basically having aimbot, speedrunning the game in hardcore mode is definitely a challenge that some runners are willing to take. And in this video, I'll be breaking down how a runner who strictly ran Minecraft in hardcore mode beat it in under 10 minutes. The runner in question is Nebula, and before this run, you might have never even heard of him before, being essentially unknown and sticking to a rarely seen played category, 1.16 Hardcore RSG. Ever since the beginning, Nebula ran hardcore, quickly making his way to the top. Why exactly would Nebula run hardcore rather than regular RSG? Well, there are plenty of reasons on why he would do so. Maybe he just enjoyed the struggle of stronger mobs, no hunger resetting, or the pain of knowing that one slip-up could cost the entire run. But in reality, it all comes down to personal preference, and clearly, Nebula just enjoys hardcore more. With you now knowing a slight bit about Nebula and why he might choose hardcore over regular RSG, let's take a look at the run. Upon spawning into the world, he spawned right by an ocean, where he decided to go with the strategy of mapless buried treasure. If you don't know what mapless is, to give a brief summary, it includes the pie chart on the runner's F3 screen, which can be used to locate entities, buried treasure chests being included. After locating the chunk of where the buried treasure is, and going to block 99 of the chunk, he mined through the gravel block, and what do you know, underneath being the buried treasure. The treasure supplied him with iron and diamonds for tools, gold for armor, enough food to play out the run, and TNT. He crafts a pressure plate with some iron and pairs it up with the TNT, which explodes upon pressure onto the pressure plate, blowing up nearby trees and land, getting some wood and a ton of blocks. After crafting the essentials, like tools, armor, doors, and a bow, he headed right for the ocean, where he quickly spotted a magma ravine, building a portal with the lava underneath and entering at 1 minute and 50 seconds. Nebula pulls up the F3 screen once again to help locate a bastion with the E-ray strategy, and once finding a large spike on the entity counter, he headed for that direction. After making his way through a soul sand valley, navigating to the nearby bridge bastion, he spotted a fortress along the way. Knowing where both structures are, a low 2 minutes into the run, is going to be a game changer for later on, having the ability to pearl straight over to the fortress right after completing the bastion. Nebula enters the bastion at exactly 3 minutes, breaking a total of 12 gold blocks off the chalice, 11 for trading, and 1 to lure the piglins over. After avoiding death from a hoglin, Nebula makes his way over to the left shoulder of the bastion. He uses the triple chest of the bastion for his route, where he essentially goes beneath the shoulder, blocking himself in, avoiding piglins for when he breaks the gold block to aggravate them, chucking the gold he collected into the hole where the piglins will pathfind into and begin trading. After doing this, Nebula heads straight back up to the chests, looting it for armor, string, extra gold, and a massive help of 11 obsidian. At just 4 minutes and 55 seconds, Nebula had everything he needed to exit off to the fortress with enough pearls, obsidian, string, and fire resistance, and as he was leaving, he got another trade of pearls and glowstone too, which will supply him with enough glowstone to make a respawn anchor to give him the extra assurance that he can complete the 1 cycle. Sub 5 minutes and he was out of the bastion, and at 5 minutes and 20 seconds he entered the fortress, heading straight for the first blaze spawner. The first set only spawned one blaze, obtaining one rod, and after heading to the second spawner, he got a little luckier with getting 3 spawns, but from those 3 spawns, he only managed to pull one rod. Not to worry though, because at around 5 minutes and 50 seconds, he built his first exiting portal, where he's going to use the blaze rods that he got to calculate the distance of the stronghold. At 6 minutes and 1 second, Nebula was back in the overworld, and by using the Ninja Brain bot, he threw one eye, tapped F3 and C on his keyboard, copying the angle into the bot, moving roughly 16 blocks to the right and repeating. And after doing so, the bot provided him with coordinates roughly 1,000 blocks away from his current position, but he's not going to be walking those entire 1,000 blocks. With him managing to obtain 20 obsidian from bastion trades, he can instead build his portal in the nether, in hopes of teleporting back into the stronghold. And with the nether being 8 times smaller than the overworld, he can be at his destination in a matter of seconds, saving entire minutes off the run. After entering back through to the nether, Nebula still needed to get his remaining blaze rods, having to wait to get all 4 rods, and from 4 that spawned over the 2 cycles, 4 of them dropped, and at 7 minutes and 30 seconds he was heading towards the second exiting portal location. After 3 pearl throws and a short walk, he was at the correct coordinates, building his nether portal and exiting the nether once again. At 8 minutes and 10 seconds, Nebula was in the stronghold, crafting his beds and setting up his hotbar for the infamous Zero Cycle. The Zero Cycle is an on average faster, but much harder way to beat the dragon, with only in some circumstances having the possibility of the cycle actually being possible. But with the timer already at 9 minutes, it's essentially the only possible way for Nebula to clutch out the sub 10. So with 7 explosives, a full health bar, and 1 minute left to get the sub 10 of his dreams, Nebula went in for the Zero Cycle. Minutes and 59 seconds. The 7th sub 10 ever in RSG, combined with a Zero Cycle, and on top of all of that, played in hardcore mode, this will go down as one of the most groundbreaking and spectacular runs in Minecraft speedrunning history. While after retime, with a lot of the pauses made not being eligible for Minecraft speedruns, meaning they will be added back to the final time based on the current timing rules, it doesn't look like this run will actually be sub 10. But under the immense amount of pressure from insane pace, this run is still so ahead of the current hardcore category. If you enjoyed, please consider subscribing. My channel is nearing 2,000 subscribers, and I have quite a few videos I'm currently working on to get out to all of you as soon as possible. As well as me, 100% go subscribe to Nebula, an absolutely fantastic runner and so underrated. Like, I literally don't even understand how he has just over 100 subscribers. Go and subscribe to him, like, right now. Thank you all so much for watching, it really means the world. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope I see all of you in the next video. Goodbye everyone.